Hello, hello. Hello. So, we've got an exciting day today. I haven't got a damn clue what I'm going to do to this, but I've oh, the white balance over there is a bit scuffed. So what we've got is this is earthenware, regular clay, but sort of like a cookie cutter. Oh, these are all the colours I've got. I haven't got a goddamn clue what colours to put on this. So if I have the fired colours, I can figure out what might work well together because I don't want it to be too dark. But you know, why is my white balance so weird? You know what? I don't care. But like a cookie cutter, what I've done, or what someone has done for me is rolled out flat some clay and used a print, like a textured print, to make some angel wings and a banner. And these two bits are separate, or they were separate, but all you need to do to stick them together is scratch up the bit behind here on both sides, water down some clay to make a soup that you will not drink. Do not drink it, for the love of God. And you can just kind of glue the two bits together. And when you fire it for the first time, they'll stick. They'll stick together. So I'm trying this out. Why is my hang on? Why is my little guy? There we go. There's my little guy. I am so good at this. There we go. Get your mouse off the thing. Trying this out because let's be real. Flat things are an awful lot easier to post. So if I can get this to look nice and I can figure out what I'm doing, I might be able to send these internationally. And given we've got a fair bit of time before Valentines hits, uh, maybe this could be a thing. I need to get new curtains behind me, I really do. But yeah, so that's what we're doing today. Why is my white balance so scuffed? You know what? Lights off works a bit better. It's because it's uncharacteristically sunny, I think. I've got patio doors over here because natural light's a lot better when you're I like some natural light with me. Uh, unfortunately, not very useful when you're filming. But yeah. So, these are the colours we've got to work with. Oh dear. So, I know that it would be quite nice to have some shading in the dark, in the inset bits. I wonder, could I safety pin a blanket there? Oh, also, I did what I was told. I've set up a coffee, or Ko-fi. So if you want to buy me a cuppa, then go ahead. I feel a bit weird promoting it, but you know, you told me to do it, so I've done it. Um, Yeah, the imprint is a little bit weird, but if I layer enough paint, it won't matter. You can't really see it because my camera's a bit crap, but wee ball. Right, apron on. No mug. Let's have a think. I am doing very, very well, actually. Um, we'll see how that changes tomorrow, because apparently it's quite busy at work. But currently doing quite well. I'm very excited about this, so that's quite nice. I've already soaked my bit of tissue completely through. Why? This is why I put a bit of paper under where my mug is, or my bowl is. Yeah, so when I'm painting and I have a vague idea of what colours I'm going to use, they will be showing up over here. And these are the colours for how they'll look when they're fired, so they're true colours. That red, that's how bright that red is, that red will be, which is really cool when you think about it. But yeah, my first earnings goal is I need to get a better camera, or maybe some nicer curtains. Who knows? But yeah, so I know that I want the wings to be maybe that and that together. Huh. This is always the difficult bit. This is why doing this is going to take 2 hours. Also, hello. I don't think I've seen you in a little while. Yeah. Um. Oh, yeah. Most of painting things when you don't have an established scheme is sitting here and brainstorming. But we can always remember, if we don't like the way it looks, we can just wipe it off. It's not the end of the world, even though this will obliterate my let's not stick my head in the camera. The texture on it will probably obliterate my my sponge. I would sand it down, but I can't be asked. Right. Maybe if we do some of Cheeky Pink, number 17, which is that one. Oh, you know what? There's a thought. If I put that there... Oh, that doesn't work. And then... Can I remember what colours are what? You'd think I'd remember. Oh, yeah, um... I love working with physical clay. So, yeah, I will, don't worry, next time I will be putting the actual numbers on these. I just threw this together because I figured it would look, it was helpful. Uh, no. am such a professional, aren't I? So, and I mean this way I can get colour input from people. So if I think I'll put 17 as I want that to stand out. So yeah, sorry this bit's a bit boring. I just need to figure out what I'm doing with my life. You know what? Just start. Just start. Make sure you shake your paint. Crack. And the bonus with working with pinks is that they're often fun fact, because I seem to have a lot of fun facts about paint. Pinks generally, pinks and blues are generally quite watery because the pigment in them isn't very powerful. It needs a lot of help. That's quite loud. There we go. It's not very powerful. It needs a lot of help to create colour. Luckily, that's quite good when you're doing washes or doing little layers upon little layers. And I still haven't got a bigger brush. I am so good at this. Can I remember the rules for... Yeah, so we just start layering on. Oh, and the letters. The letters are just little stamps that are pressed in as well. So this bit here could say absolutely anything if I wanted it to. Which I think is very cool. Yeah, I managed to, over the weekend, update my about section. I've set up that coffee and I have organised a bit of things. So we're getting there, we're figuring it out. And I accidentally used a brush that had it had a little bit of black, which is a bit bad because black is obviously a very powerful colour in comparison to light pink. So we'll see whether that creates problems later on. But you know, who knows? That's a surprise for later. Wednesday's stream's going to be interesting. Future Bee's problem, yes. Which is so fortunate because I don't have to worry about what he gets up to. That's not my problem. Wednesday's stream's going to be fun because we're trying miniature painting or ceramic miniature painting, which is going to be very difficult because I've got very shaky hands. But we have these teeny tiny little ceramic figures called tagalongs or tots. And if I use a little hand drill, I can make them into earrings or um, bracelet charms or necklaces, which I think is very fun. Um, yeah, so we're doing a lot of experiments for January, just building up interesting things that I could do, which is very fun and hopefully interesting for you guys as well. Probably should have made this a wash, but you know what, it's fine. I don't know how long this stream will run, but hopefully if I create enough filler, we should be alright for a couple hours. Well, not filler, obviously. Yeah, so what have you guys been getting up to over the weekend? Anything fun? That's quite thin on the end, so... Oh, if I do tots, I'm going to need to buy more paint, so that's going to be fun. I wonder what colours I could do. But then I've got to figure out what tots I actually want to paint. There's a tag-along or a tot that's this tiny little cup and saucer set. I think it's about like that big, smaller than a 10p piece, which is very cute. I wonder. We might try and see if there are some of those. That'd be fun. Make sure you get into all of the little crevices, because there are an awful lot of those when you're doing prints. I've just realised I didn't sponge this down. Oh man, I never took the tea lights out of back from work. I'll have to pick those up on tomorrow. And yeah, then I can show you those on Wednesday, how they turned out. Because I remember I used the wrong I used the wrong colour on the insides. I think I used that purple on the windows when I probably should have used that. I wonder how they look. We shall find out. The the great thing about working in like colours is that even when you make a mistake, it's not a mistake because they're close enough. I want to make sure I get right into the edge. Ooh. I hope you guys has had a good weekend, because yesterday I had a bonfire to get rid of some of the... We've got an apple tree in the back garden, and right next to that is our chicken run. And it would be nice if the branches didn't overhang into the cage of the chicken run, because it's rather tall and it could cause it to collapse. So I had a good time trimming that down. Now it looks all stubby, the poor thing. Unfortunately, I forgot to have a shower last night, so I stink of bonfire. Which, you know, lessons learned. Oh well, there are worse things to happen. That makes me wonder. Oh yeah, I have chickens. I never said that. I've got a dog and I have some chickens. And they are equally stupid, but I love them both. Oh, hello, hello. You disappeared. That is a smart thought. I should have I should have had a snack before I started stream, because it is lunchtime. It is midday. But I couldn't be bothered. So right. That is layer 1. And when I've got layer 2, 3 on, give me a second. Do I remember how my own technique works? Debatable. I am so smart. Yeah. Definitely gonna do a few layers of this. Maybe 3. Yeah, so we're gonna do the same thing that we did on the Highland cows. We're gonna paint our layers, and then because this is a bit shallower, I'm gonna gently sponge this off instead, so it can be a lot lighter and cover broader strokes. And then I have absolutely no idea what colour I'm going to do over the top. I might do a bit of that one. We can have a sit and a think about it. Stop leaning in front of the camera. I keep forgetting that the camera isn't my eyes, which is a bit daft when you think about it, but you know, I'm still remembering how this works. I'm just a silly little guy. Yeah, that covered the black all right, so we should be okay. Oh, and I want to be careful that I don't get anything on the back. Oh, pardon me. Because I'll need to elevate this a little bit. And again, when I fire this, the paint turns into glass, and cold glass will stick things to things, which is bad if you want to take it out of the kiln in one piece. Oh man, what's sick like nauseous or sick like unwell? That sucks. Oh, yeah, that that's not fair. That's just not fair. I'll have to tidy up this bit. That's okay. Because when it's like this, you can always erase. Make sure I jab it into all of the little crevices, because I do not want any white peeking through, because it can make it a little bit lumpy. Because while it does turn to glass, it does still have volume, so you need to be meticulous. Quite fun. Oh, and I want to keep the holes in here clear, because it'd be nice to get some string through it. If I bung these up too much, they can get too small, which is not ideal when you considering. Isn't that already going to be such a nice colour? You know, I could mix that and that together. Hmm. Hmm. We'll have a think. Right. Let that dry. Yeah, this is actually quite a fun um, shape. I might have to. What am I looking for? I was looking for something. Grab that. I might have to buy these stamps. They're quite cute. I'm just taking a note of. Oh yeah. Um, I've just been a bit crazy, so I will start uploading some of the VODs backlog at some point. Probably, I'll probably get them all done up this afternoon. um, oh my god, that copy pasta. Ooh, I forgot I put my. But rats are just silly little guys. Oh dear. I need to remember. Right, I've written down the notes. I haven't got a damn clue what I'm doing, and I love that. I know. It's just very. I have so many choices. But isn't that the fun of it? Oh, pardon me. Because I could go. Oh, I don't know whether I should have done that the other way around. With the purple as the shading and that as the main colour. Oh. But then I wouldn't have known what to do with. But then That and that would have been too close. Hmm. I'm working with a very limited colour palette at the moment because these 8 ounce bottles of paint are like a fiver each. So, uh, that's a fair bit of money. But limited colour palettes are fun because it makes you think. It forces me to use my silly little brain. This does make me realise I probably need to work on getting more storage because at the moment my storage is a bunch of cardboard boxes. Thrifty King. Imagine having a brain. Couldn't be me. There's just a bunch of bees up there. Just a little beehive, and none of them can decide to agree with each other. Should be more. Right, so that is layer 3. Real. Yeah. I say that like I don't exclusively play idle games and Minecraft. Oh, I know that's literally not what you come for, but I was thinking maybe one of my streaming days, baby girl, no. Ew. Oh god. Bodge off. Ah, moderation. Ugh. Ban. I love. I was desperately trying to clean my hands off because I've got. I like the light coloured aesthetic too much, so all of my kit is white, which, as you can imagine, less than ideal for when you've got your hands cut. Yeah, but I can do it for the moment because I've only got a few people in chat. Mm, I haven't done that side yet. Maybe when things get a little bit busier, I might have to start thinking about it. But at the moment, we're all right. Oh, if I start doing clay rolling as well, like this, we're really gonna need to sort out that storage situation. Because where the hell am I gonna put a massive block of clay? I've got the dog bed underneath my desk, so I can't store anything under there. And then this office is also my kitchen. Because I am not in a situation to have a dedicated studio yet. Maybe when I get turbo famous, I can afford a little studio. But for now, I've just got me and my stacks of cardboard boxes. Couple months, I think a couple years, minimum. Although I do appreciate your optimism. Okie dokie. Let's just gonna trace down these bits to define them a tiny bit better. It's not necessary, but it helps my brain. There we go. Be the all-powerful Emperor Bee. No, oh, you can actually kind of see it. One fun thing about doing stamps is that you've got to be happy. When you're stamping, it's not always completely even. So this side is a lot more pronounced than this side is, which I'm not surprised about because this was probably thrown together very quickly. But isn't that interesting? You've got to be quite precise. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some. I'm gonna buy these. That's looks really cool. And then I'll actually have a use for the clay ball, the clay ball toggle I've got. Because I have this toggle, but I never use it. Oh dear. Yeah, so, and it's not difficult. It's not difficult at all. It's literally like making biscuits, or I suppose making cookies. You just stamp them and cut them. Where did I put the lid? Oh, there we go. Right. And then I really didn't think this through very well. Oh dear. Big smart. Right, just letting this dry a tiny bit, because if I pick this up it will indent. Yeah. I'm I mean, I would have more desk space if I would actually remember to take the giant heart balloon to the kiln. But I have small brain. Um, yeah, so uh, yeah, this would actually be quite fun as a stream, I think. But I will have to buy clay for that, and blocks of clay are both expensive and heavy. Mm. But if I do end up selling these will be able to ship internationally because I can just put them in a um a letterbox. Uh, it's not called a letterbox box because that's stupid, but a little flat box that you can post through the letterbox, and flat things are a lot less likely to be damaged in transport. So maybe possibly that could be a thing. And oh, and the little tiny tots, the tag-alongs, if I can get those and we have fun painting those, they could get they could get posted because I've got these tiny little boxes that would work quite well. So that might be quite nice. Hmm. Funkin' thinking. Right, that's dry enough. Let's um let's start wiping this off. Let's wipe off half of the almost all of the stuff I've just painted on. Right, that can go there. That can go here for a second. Bring all of this over here. Okay. See you in a little bit. I promise I won't disappear. And I need to remember to have quite a light touch with this paint because some parts of it are quite shallow. Quite some of the indents are quite shallow. I don't want to take off all of my hard work. That would not be the smartest idea. Even if I can just paint it back on and try again. Mm. Oh dear. Oh god, have I got the hiccups? Seriously? Hmm. I am probably going to paint back over that bit because it's a bit too light. I don't want a firmer sponge, maybe. Hmm. Yeah, that's rather annoying. Thinking hard or hardly thinking. Ooh, cheesecake! Oh, last night I had the best pudding ever. It was this mini tiramisu, like finger. Just this tiny little tiramisu cake from some sort of grocery store. It was so good. I love tiramisu. Maybe a bit too much. Yeah. Dinner was fish cake, which was very nice as well. And fish cake, some chips, I think. Yeah, some like for some reason, was it fish cake and chips? No, not chips. Like roasted pepper and carrots and stuff, like bell pepper. Oh man, it was so good. Right. Okay, so I've done the flat bit. I will be colouring that bit back in. It's just because these feathers are quite shallow. And while I do want it rubbed off, I don't want the background to be quite so obvious. Although now it all is a bit wet, so I'll go over it again. I have to be very careful when I wipe it off. Probably use a brush again this time. I am doing this correctly. You'd think, having ceramics around me my entire life, I would remember. you know, how to do my job. You really would think, but alas, I am just a silly little guy with a very small brain. I promise I do know what I'm doing. I'm just also kind of making it up as I go. Oh, and I missed a bit over there as well. Right. This time I'm going to use a harder bristle brush to do it. That is a bit more. That's probably what I should have done in the first place, but did I do that? No, obviously not. Right. It probably, next time I do this, you can get this really cool stuff that's wax resist, and you can paint it on around if you've painted an area and you don't want it to get recolored again, but you're doing a not very precise thing. It stops the paint from sticking quite as much, which is very useful. And I may do that next time, but today is a day of experiments, which is, I think, quite cool. So I'm just being very careful and making sure my brush is always a little bit wet as I just tidy up some of my my whoopsies. As you can always edit. I've only got the one of these, so well, for now at least. I can't actually remember. But yeah, so if I do end up painting the little tagalongs, I think I might, I may need to invest in a slightly better camera because they are very small, and this webcam is only 1080p because it's what I can afford at the moment. It's not bad by any means, but it's very much I am on a budget at the moment. You know, the joys of starting streaming, hey? Being nice and careful and always pushing in the same direction because it's a bit easier to control the flow of things. um, the headphone, the microphone I've got at the moment is actually the one built into my headphones. So if the audio balance is scuffed, I cannot do anything about it. But, you know, I'm not. I wasn't expecting for. I never expected this to happen. So I kind of just got streaming on a whim, really. It makes I never really expected to start streaming, so we work with what we've got. Yeah, I was suggested by a different online friend that hey, if you don't want to work in person, you know, advertise, go to craft shows in person, what harm is there in trying it in the digital space? Because we are in the modern age, and you never know. You could get raided by 3 different groups of people in your first 2 weeks of streaming. You could get astonishingly lucky. And would you look at that? I got astonishingly lucky. Ain't that cool, eh? Big explosions. Right. There's that bit over there. Oh, and while I've got the brush out and I'm tidying up, I might want to... I need to think about what colour I'm going to do on the inset. Because that pink is quite light. It might work better for the over top. I know, right? And the people that stuck around are quite cool as well. I still can't believe this has happened to me. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I think he's at least half decent. I mean, health is only one letter off of half, so... God, these brushes... I need to get new brushes. Gently scrubbing. Ooh, and yeah, thank you for sticking around in my silly little stream where I ramble. You're part of the beehive now. You can't leave. You're stuck here. Part of the hive mind. Teehee. Right. Just want to be careful that I don't overwork this, because I can get a bit tied up in making sure things are perfect, which they're not going to be. I'm experimenting at the moment. And with the pink. Yeah. If I do the pink in the creases, I use that as the top colour. I could probably sponge it on, actually. Yeah, that might look quite nice. Sponge on that, and then use this one again as the inset colour. Because, to be frank, it's already got in there, and I don't particularly feel like fishing it out again. And then maybe maybe that dark pink might look nice. Or do I do it the other way around? Although that's quite heavy on the... I'm not selling this because it is a bit scuffed, but you know what? I might have a look on the website thinking. I have literally 100 colours to pick from. So there's that. And then what do I do? The light brown. And then the dark brown and the purple. Difficult decisions. Why do I do these things to myself? But I've always been a bit of a person that just, if you gun for it and you hope for the best, surely things can't turn out too tragic. Soup. Good soup. Yeah, if I'm really careful when I'm applying the paint, and then thinking real hard, because that dark purple is quite a nice colour, actually. It look quite nice in the lettering. When I get my hands on some more colours, I might I might need to work on creating some set palettes, because God, if only I was in the studio at work, because work also has a studio with a bunch of colours in it. Did I think to look up there? No. We have fun. Crash bang. Oh dear. We're winging it. Awesome. I mean, is that not the fun of it all? Do I have a smaller firm brush? All of these tiny brushes. That one might work a bit better. Me when I forget that I've got some drying on the sink. You need to be careful that your brushes aren't wet for too long, because it can damage the the adhesive that holds the bristles in. Stop putting your head in the camera. There we go. I might need to change out my water in a second. So I might be able to do that. Maybe I can have a snack while I'm waiting for this to be slightly less scuffed. What are you thinking? I just pat it dry carefully. And then I can see how much of the paint has actually come out. Yeah. If only I had a camera that I can zoom. Can you see? Ugh. Yeah, this is the difficulty with tight, quite small sections. You end up having to work to clean things up. I can just do that. Right. Right, bear with me 2 seconds. I need to grab a snack. I'm hungry. Yeah, so I am gonna need to have a think about what my setup is, or what my setup will be. Surely I can find a cheap mic somewhere. Yeah. Right, that'll do for a second. Let's I'm still pondering my colour choices. Do the dark purple. God, I am not very good at this. No, I'm doing that light blush. That'll work for the wings. I didn't shake it. And I need to remember that pretty sure just need to do 2 dilute layers. So if I add a little bit of water, hopefully this is nice and dark. I really want it dilute actually. There we go. Let's see what a sponge layer looks like. Because I've done a couple of extra layers on the bottom, I should be able... I definitely should have done this the other way around. Do I just wipe it off and try again? It has taken me an hour and a half to get to this point. You know what? It's fine. If I do... You know what? I can rescue this. I can rescue this. Welcome to Scuffed. Yeah, I should have put... Oh dear. It's a good thing I've got nothing to do until 4, isn't it? I'm just going to speed run this with a nice thick brush. Ooh, luckily, if I'm careful and I do enough layers, this should slightly darken that, which might make the colours a bit more homogeneous, a bit more related. I forgot how to do my own goddamn job. Oh, oh dear. I blame it on hungry brain. I was hungry and I forgot how to do things. Because this is still correct on my notes. I just don't brush it off first. I shouldn't have brushed it off. Ah, God damn it. That's why it was picking out that's why it was picking out the bare bisque. Oh, oh dear. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna wash this off and try again. Because I run the risk of making the paint too thick. Which means that I will lose the detail. But this is why we experiment. And this is why we make samples. I was supposed to do it the other way around. That's what I got wrong. You're supposed to do it the opposite way from the way that makes sense. You do your shaded bit first, and then you brush on your colour. Smartest bee in the world. But this is why we can try again. See, that's a bit... It's not perfect, but it's better. It's especially where it's a bit shallower. I need to be careful. Because too many layers of paint means that I lose detail. I lose definition. Right. Should we try this again? Let's try this again. I think the account needs to be like 30 days or something like that, a month old. Although I don't remember exactly. But if/when that works, we might be able to we can try and find someone that's also doing ceramics. We can try and raid them and say hi and be polite. Right. Okay. Trying this again. I'm gonna be um a bit quick with it, but that's okay. Yeah, or clay working. Because there are some people that I've seen that do like throwing, making mugs and stuff. I think I've seen a couple of them in my research. That I've done a couple, a bit here and there. Right. Scuffed. It's a good thing I've only done this while I'm still a little bitty guy, and not when I've got like 20 people in chat. Hopefully, yeah. Oh dear. Do it for the content. I'm doing it for the content. As long as you can get away with eating them and not getting too sick. Because I do love a cheesecake. I just wish I wasn't lactose intolerant. Because while I will do it despite the intolerance, um, it's because they're too sweet, they're too sickly. They're quite rich. But I mean, it's not going to stop me from like trying, but you know. Uh, right. Because I've done that quite thick, it might take a minute to dry out, which is on me because I'm impatient and I've done a whoopsie, but you know, we're doing it live, as they say in the news. We're doing it live. Wash wings. Not SC17. SC100. Wash wings. 3 wash wings. And then SC17. Dilute. Dilute wing 2 times. And then sponge. And reveal. Right. Uh, I cannot believe I spent an hour and a half doing it wrong. Dear God. Wings. We do. What colour should we do the dark bit? I think the 13 SC 13 3x wash, and then let's see, 17 2 times dilute. No. 14. And 13. Or is it 13 and 14? I could do it in black. Do the letters in, but that's quite dark. You get an awful lot of thinking time while you're waiting for things to dry. Oh dear. Oh. Ain't I a bit daft? don't want it to be too dark, and I don't want it to be too light. Oh dear. Yeah, in the studio at work, we literally have all of the colours I could possibly want to choose from. I didn't realise I was doing this project today, so we we win. I couldn't go in during the weekend, so it's fine. This is fine. Oh dear. Fuck's sake. Of course, if it was going to happen, it has to happen on camera. You haven't missed much. I'm literally sitting here watching paint dry. Yeah, I scuffed it, so we're fixing that. dear. If only it were a little bit warmer in this room, this would dry a fair bit quicker. No, I'm not impatient. Oh dear. Right, I've whacked on the heating. Let's hope that helps. Content. Do it for the content. Put too much water in there. Hopefully that'll help make it a bit thicker for the last layer. Such a waste of paint. I might be able to tip that back into there. I am such a professional, aren't I? Let's see if I can actually, in the meantime, let's have a look at some of the tag-alongs. If I can find where they are. Oh, pardon me. So I've got just in the meantime while I wait for that to dry because that will take 7 trillion years. This is quite cute. So we've got bear with the dreadful picture, but these teeny tiny little bumblebees that I might be able to paint, as well as let's have a look. It's a bit of a shame, a lot of them are out of stock. Well, those rainbows would be quite sweet as earrings. You've also got these silly little guys. And I have this tiny little hand drill and some earring studs, or earring hooks. So maybe I could sell some earrings or necklace, charms or something like that, which I think would be rather fun. Yeah, actually, that's a thought. I've got the website up now. I might look at how much does a 12-kilo block of clay cost? It's probably the soft white. £20. Baby girl, I don't believe that's true. So, I don't believe you. No thanks. I'm not a bot, they say. I don't trust that for a goddamn second. I love that it highlights its possible ban evader. I don't, bestie. I don't care. I don't want. Oh, this one incredible trick to save you. To give you. I don't want bot accounts watching me. Thank you very much. Oh wait, did I get a follow? And I didn't notice it. Am I daft? Did I get a follow and I never noticed? Oh my god, I am so sorry to the person that followed me. halfway there. Oh my god. Oh, this is taking forever. This is why if you do it right the first time round. Oh, I'm so upset with myself. But yeah, these silly little guys might be Wednesday's project. Gonna squish them. You know what? Breathe out. Do my last layer. Speedrun it, because I've been streaming for 2 hours and I've made no progress. Yeah, I'm hoping for my streams to, if everything goes correctly, 2 hours, 3 hours long. It's looking like today will be 3 hours long. Right, I've slopped on the last layer of that. Oh dear. Yeah, if I can get this sort of thing relatively unscuffed, and if these go interestingly, I will be putting those on my Etsy for hopefully not too much. But I need to figure out pricing, which is going to be a whole fucking situation. We will fuck that up when we come to it. Oh, you know what? While I'm waiting for that to dry, I can do the... I can tidy up the edges of that. Unscuff the bits around here. Because I don't think that I want to do this in a really light colour. I think what I might do is I might put the lettering in this colour, and I might do purple. 13 and 14, yeah? Yeah, so the light colour goes on first, then the dark colour goes on second. Oh. Don't you love when your brain just explodes? It seems to happen an awful lot for me. Mm. Ugh. Paper on the floor. Ow. So, yeah. I really should plan these things out a little bit further. Where's the fun in that? Where is the fun in that? Um, yeah. Oh, we are really scuffed, aren't we? So, if I do the Hmm. That's a 13 and that's a 14. So I do the 14 on first. Oh my god. Is it? Oh my god. No, it's not. It's the. Ah. 13 on first. Because you then wipe it off. Yeah, so we're just gonna mix this. And it's okay if I'm not doing the sides, because I'm probably gonna do it with a little brush in a second. Because doing all of this bit with a tiny brush seems like actual hell. And let's go and change out this water. Why did I leave that over there? Oh dear. There we go. Hot water. You know what? While I've got some time, I am going to make sure that these brushes are dry. Because again, I need to make sure that I'm not overburdening the paint, the stuff, the things. glue. There we go. Right. And that can get put back in there. Yeah, I need to get myself a fan brush. In a slightly warmer room, maybe. Yeah, so I love starting sentences and then not finishing them even remotely. Can't actually remember what I was going to say. Oh well. Right. I can reuse that. That can get put back in there. That doesn't need a bit of plastic. That is a useless bit of paper. That's not. Whoops. Yeah, sorry, this bit isn't very interesting. um, hopefully in the summer months, the paint will be... It will hopefully dry an awful lot quicker. So there will be less of this happening over and over and over again. This is usually why I have more than one bit on the go, because I can keep swapping them out as they dry. Unfortunately, no such luck today, because I did a whoopsie. Yeah. Sitting here watching paint dry. Uh, mm. Oh dear. Right. How is that still wet? That doesn't make sense. It truly is just too cold in here. It's not trying nearly as fast as it should do. Right. Not that brush. Try this one. No. Let's try this one. That's slightly more precise. Even if it is dragging. this is why we are careful with our water, because we do end up with a lot of loose bristles. So I've just had to pull a bunch of them. I might end up binning these brushes. They really aren't very strong. I am sorely tempted to put this in the microwave. Just so it can dry a little bit faster. I know I shouldn't, because really it should be, if I'm going to accelerate, it should be done in the oven. But where is the fun in that? Oh, if only I had a fan of some description. You know what? Nick a bit of paper, fold it in half. Unfortunately, it really is too cold in this room, or it's just barely cold that it takes absolutely forever for things to dry. I always seem to do this to myself? I fear this may not have been a very productive stream. This may be something that I have to continue the next stream along, because it has truly just taken me far too long. I'm gonna see how much I can get accomplished in half an hour, but I do need to finish at 3 today. That's quite frustrating. It really is. I am doing things at 3. I've got things to do. I may be able to go for an hour. Keep going for an hour, but we need to see how this all shapes up. Oh, you know what? I'm microwaving it. Yeah, it's bad practice to do that, but I really need. I just need it to dry. I need it to dry a bit quicker. It's not like it's gonna crack. It's way too cold for that, realistically. It's just not smart, but there. Now the bisque is a bit warmer, so things should dry. I'm just gonna pick out a V. I reckon that's dry enough for me to finally put the goddamn fucking layer of pink on it, on the wings. Jesus Christ. Get it nice and watery, and it just slaps on. Here we go, making progress. Oh yeah. No, it's all right. Um, I've been sitting here literally watching paint dry. So yeah, we might try. We might be able to go for a little bit longer. We might be able to go for 3.5. I was just sitting here fanning it. I could, you know what? I just like gently. It's all right if it's a bit quiet. I mean, I haven't been I haven't been very chatty today either. It ain't the end of the world. I realise my head is in shot of the camera, but requires a bit of a bit of focus here. You know, this might be an off-camera thing that I need to solve, because it's really rather fiddly. I know it doesn't look the prettiest at the moment, but hopefully, and that's a really big hopefully, firing it should help. Yeah, this might be where stream ends today, because I fear it's making me a little bit frustrated. I might need to put this down, and come back to it. Maybe next stream. So I'm just, I don't know if my blood pressure can take it. So but yeah, so ideally, I'll be able to clean this up when it's dried a little bit further. I haven't knocked the screen, it's just darker. Hang on. It got dark all of a sudden there. But yeah, it's just not, it's not working. We'll be doing something that I actually know how to do on Wednesday, though. Just one of them days, I think. It's alright, it's a Monday. But it was nice chatting with you. Let's swap to this screen while I fix things. Whoa. Yeah, it's just very today has definitely been a Monday, I will say that much. Yeah, sorry today wasn't very eventful. Sometimes it's just... Sometimes we just have a bit of a struggle, I think. Yeah, I think the I think what's happened is that the definition on the wings isn't strong enough. So, I just stubbed my toe. That really hurt. The definition on the wings isn't strong enough. so the brushing away isn't working as well as it should, which is a bit sad. But maybe when it's dried fully, we might meet more success. Yeah, I think that will be it for today. Just so I can have a break. Good Lord. Thank you very, very much for coming along. I will see you on Wednesday. Bye bye bye.